Hey guys, Quackalope Games here, and today we're going to be breaking into the Grizzled Armistice Edition. The interesting thing about this Armistice Edition is it not only comes with these beautiful pre-painted miniatures that we'll get a closer look at here soon, but it actually includes everything you need to play the original Grizzled and the expansion Grizzled at your orders. So that means you don't need to buy any other version of this game. This game is going to come with a brand new campaign mode, which is unique to the Armistice Edition. So during the course of the game, instead of just choosing your mission, you're actually going through a series of stories and having a little bit more of an immersive storytelling element. So I'm going to go ahead and start breaking into this box. I'm really excited to see how these miniatures look in person in hand. I'm excited to see these cards laid out. And let's go ahead and break into the Grizzled Armistice Edition. Use a knife to cut the seam, and then I'll be incredibly silent as. Now, one thing I've always loved about this game is just the beautiful artwork that's spread throughout everything. I'm excited to see how these miniatures look. I'm excited to see the new campaign elements. I hope the storytelling continues. Now, this is nice. This is a nice thick cardboard box. It actually has the front is completely clear. Let's see what we have here on top. So these are all sealed up in plastic here. And it looks like this top section is just a series of little pallets. These are all going to be our player aids, our trays. I'll break into them in just a second. Set this down. Looks like we have, oh interesting, a little plastic gun stand. I'm not sure exactly what this is used for. It's two little rifles on a stand here with a hat. This is something that I didn't actually realize was in here. It's decently made. It's a little bit cheaper plastic. I really would like to see this thing fully painted. I'm gonna have to end up priming it and fully painting this little piece. And we got two more Ziploc bags here. So let's go ahead and break into this and see exactly what we have inside. So we have this beautiful little tray, component tray. I always like when a game pays enough attention to make sure that we have nice components. And then inside of this sleeve here, yes. Oh, here are all of our cards. So let's see here. I'll set all these boxes to the side so we can really start taking a look at what came inside of this box. And let's start with these beautiful miniatures. Let's go ahead and give them a look. There's probably a piece of tape here, like there normally is. So these miniatures have the common logo on the bottom. They're fully painted. Nice heavy miniatures, good quality plastic. I mean, you can really feel there's a decent amount of weight with them. It doesn't feel like they're hollow inside or pieced together cheaply. There's still some sprue lines on areas of them. Some of the spots have a little bit of runoff, which is to be expected with kind of commercially painted miniatures. Oftentimes they're not, oftentimes they're not perfect. They don't hit the lines exact. But these really are very beautiful. I really do like these miniatures. They feel nice. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and see what these tiles are. See where the rule book is. Be careful that I don't slice anything I shouldn't. So inside of here we have the Grizzled Armistice Edition. Looks like the rule book. So this is going to walk us through not only how to play the core game and the Grizzled expansion, also how to go through the story scenarios. I haven't got a chance to play the story mode yet. The Grizzled is a game that I really have enjoyed in the past. I'm really excited to see what this new campaign mode adds. And now it's not a legacy mode, so you're able to replay this story multiple times. You're not tearing up cards or, you know, ruining things for yourself. So let's see here. The tiles are nice and thick, but they pop out. They pop out very easily. Not a lot of bleed or anything on the sides. They're double-sided. One thing that I can say about the Grizzled is these tiles have always felt fantastic to me. They use thicker cardboard. They pay attention to detail. So these tokens I'm familiar with. Those are going to be your solo variant tokens. These allow you to play the game, play the campaign by yourself. This tile here, not exactly sure what that one is. The artwork is from the old player marker tile. Now they have these nice big inserts now as well, which is unique to this. It has to do with the organization. I'm sure once you start breaking open these cards, we're going to need these inserts just to make sure things don't get mixed up. Since it has a campaign mode, you want all your cards in the same order, all stuck together nicely. I'll go ahead and pop all these tiles out so I can lay everything out and we can really get a sense of what came in this box. This is just another thing that, I mean, it goes above and beyond, but the act of making sure that every player has a thick cardboard player aid. It's just, and I bring it up because it's something that I've seen a lot of games really skimp on, especially recently with a lot of mass-produced games that are produced just to kind of make a big, quick buck on Kickstarter. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these cards here. I'm not going to open up all of these. I want to keep them sleeved so I can pull them out when I'm actually playing through the game. But it looks like here I've got the Grizzled Armistice Edition deck of campaign cards. Do not shuffle this deck of cards. Before starting the campaign, read the basic rules of the rulebook. Place this deck on the table with this side up and flip over this card to begin your game. I love that. I love bringing a new thematic storytelling element to the game. Thematically, through the artwork, through the player choice, through the hard knocks, this game really does tell a fascinating story. A story of brotherhood, a story of struggle. And so I'm really excited about bringing an actual story element to this game. So here we have Chapter 9, Chapter 3, Chapter 2. So it looks like each one of these little packs are individual chapters. Each one of these chapters actually is tied to a historical event. And there's moments throughout here, like the back of Chapter 9, that talk about the historical context of this game you're playing through. It takes a game that was already rich and saturated with lore and theme and artwork and gameplay that's all used to tell the story of struggle and story of brotherhood, and it really ties it to the actual events that this game describes. This is something that I personally am always looking for in a game. I really, really appreciate a game that goes out of its way, goes above and beyond to tell a story. So when it comes down to it, my final take, my final review for the Grizzled Armistice Edition, it comes down to quality. This game is beautiful. They've paid attention to quality. They've given us 4 different player aids. They've given us thick cardboard dividers for all of these individual story elements. This is a game, and Common has really gone out of their way to make sure that this game has remained nice, has remained worth the investment that you're putting into it. It's a great game to sit down and play. It's a heavy game. It's not easy. It's incredibly hard to win, and it's not always fun. You know, you're gonna pull hard knocks, you're gonna struggle through, but it's a game where when you survive, when you make it through, you feel that weight. You've earned something by the time you get to the end of the game. And that, to me, is always worth it.